The special things would be like, does it have unique offerings that other practices don't? Do you have a bilingual therapist? Do you have a whole bilingual kind of therapy practice? How diversified or concentrated is it? Do you have OTPT, speech, ABA? Do you just have speech? So those things, depending on the buyer, might make it more or less attractive. Um, there's lots of different things that would. So I think I mentioned recruiting, retention. I mentioned sort of the growth prospects. So if you are serving an area of Southeast Tennessee, but you could very easily get into Atlanta and Northeast Alabama and Southwest Virginia. Okay, outlining the growth prospects for them up front. Hey, I've only been doing this because I've sort of been tapped out. I've reached a ceiling, and I'm very comfortable with what we've been generating. But telling them what the growth prospects are and how you would attack them would make it more attractive. Oh, it's not just $1 million revenue business. They could really get to be a $3 million revenue business if we could unlock this, this, and this. Other things that would make it more attractive. Yeah, there's just so many we could talk about, but I think the morale, culture, recruiting, retention piece would really be okay, I know that it's going to survive beyond a seller. So if Jane, the owner, is going to retire, but that she's set up the team to take over for her, and especially if I saw, wow, the seller isn't even really involved in the day-to-day business, that would be a really great sign. Okay, they've already transitioned much of it. If Jane, the seller, wasn't even there, that would not be a big deal, and it would be very likely that all the therapists would stay, all the contracts would stay. So that would make it more attractive. The geography I'll hit on again, like if you're in an area that has got people moving to it during this sort of COVID and post-COVID wave, if you're in one of those cities that people have been moving to in the last 3 years, that would make it very attractive. If there's few other practices that they can acquire in your area, that would make it more attractive.